I'm Daniel.
I'm JZ.
This is Just My DIY. And today, we're going to show you how to play Peek-a-Boo.
Or make the Peek-a-Boo Sublimation Shirt complete with a twist.
Really a ribbon lace up, but...
It's a twist on the Peek-a-Boo Sublimation Shirt concept. So there are quite a few steps in this one. We're going to show you how we did it right now. We're going to start with how we prepped the shirt. And that is taking a plain black unisex shirt.
And going Freddy Krueger on it.
We're going to cut off the center top of both sleeves. And go about an inch or so into the shoulders, and then we're going to cut a nice scoop neck out of it, making sure to get below the collar that's already there. And then we're going to take this grommet trim that we got at Hobby Lobby and some Wonder Tape, which washes away. And we're going to tack that trim in place just so it can stay exactly where it should while we're sewing it. So we're just going to drop this right along all the edges. I'm going to start on the front. And then lay the grommet trim on top. And just do the best you can on the shoulders. We did create a dart to kind of turn that corner. And we are leaving one extra grommet off the end of the sleeve. That way we can tuck it around when we sew and have a nice finished edge there. So once you do that, you are going to sew it. Go nice and slow. Try to keep that straight line. Not an expert on the sewing machine, so, you know.
She's better than I am. Look at that awesome straight line.
There you go.
It's so awesome and straight.
We got the front and back on with one line of stitches, then we did go back and do a second line of stitches on the front and back. Now it's time for sublimation. We start with an image that we found in design bundles. The link to this and everything else we use will be below. And we turn the square into a circle in Photoshop. Adjust the size as needed. And then go to print.
It's important to know that when you print, you should print on the correct side of the paper. Not doing so can lead to splotchiness in your ink patterning and an unfavorable outcome when it goes to the actual sublimation process.
This is very true. So as you saw, we were using Premium Presentation Matte setting. This is our Epson EcoTank 15,000.
Which is installed with the Hippo sublimation ink.
And just remember that when you print out a sublimation print, your colors won't look the same as they do on your screen. You gotta wait for the press to see the colors pop.
So now we're going to cut out this 98% polyester, 2% spandex fabric.
Close, 96 and 4, but yes, you want majority polyester fabric for sublimation.
Now we're going to find a nice, flat, hard, heat-absorbing, tolerant surface to go ahead and press this on. And without all these qualities in your surface, you may also run into an issue or two. You'll lint roll. You lay down on butcher paper and iron it flat, getting out some moisture.
Once the fabric cools enough, we're gonna lay down the image. We should have taped this down. We were just rolling the dice on this. So
but we're rebels.
We are. 2 sheets of butcher paper on top, and do remember there is butcher paper underneath this as well. And we're gonna press at 400 degrees for 45 seconds using the Cricut EasyPress. And nice firm pressure, being sure not to move it.
Lift, remove quickly, and wash it steam. Do not breathe that steam in.
No. See, nice press. Now it's time to do the Peek-a-Boo. So since we're doing a circle, we wanted the circle to be perfect, and so we went to the Cricut for this. We're going to size the circle to 8 3/4 inches and then cut that out of heavy cardstock. So you'll see we're moving this kind of to the center. It doesn't have to be exact. And then selecting our material and heading to the machine.
Push all the buttons you need to. And the machine does the rest of the work. It's pretty awesome.
It really is. As always, be sure to check your cut before you eject your mat.
And then eject your mat.
Hang on to that middle circle. We will use that a couple more times, but for now, we're going to take the cutout.
We'll insert a cardboard shirt insert into the shirt.
And then a self-healing cutting mat as well, because we don't want our rotary cutter to be hitting that cardboard. Personal preference, but we try not to dull our cutting instruments.
And we're trying not to hurt the cardboard too.
Yeah.
But we do a good job of centering it up. You know, learn to measure and put it in the middle. Use some cheap tape to hold it in place. And that clear ruler again.
We love that thing.
I am not an objectophile.
So you can see we're doing about every ½ inch here, and I do start using a pencil to mark where the previous line was, because that does help us get exact ½ inch cuts here. Using a rotary cutter, this is super easy process, and really having those lines keeps everything nice and straight and even, because that's the look we were going for. We're going to pull the self-healing cutting mat out and not stretch our strips yet. We want that to remain flat for all the ironing that we're going to need to do. So we're going to take our sublimated image, and this is where the circle comes into play. And we're going to take some Ultra Hold Heat and Bond and the Cricut Mini.
It's going to be set on a lower temperature than the sublimation temperature to help prevent any of the sublimation ink from releasing. But we're going to go ahead and insulate it using that circle anyways, and slowly bond in the little strips, done in little strips, because this stuff doesn't actually curve very well at all whatsoever. Not in the slightest. So we do this all the way around the circle, painstakingly, slowly, agonizing. Length of time this is taken to happen, actually. And we trim off the excess, because no one needs that little excess flapping around inside your shirt while you're going about doing your business.
And then we're going to peel off the backings before we insert this into the shirt.
Insert in the shirt.
I did put it on a piece of cardstock just because that was keeping the image flat while we got this inserted.
And once we have it all lined up, we pull back out that mini press.
Definitely take your time to line this up. You want to make sure that it's exactly where you want it. We didn't want any white showing, so we took our time there.
Kind of use that circle so we know whereabouts we're trying to heat. Again, using a temperature lower than sublimation, but high enough to activate the heat strips.
And we give it a quick test from the inside to see what did not adhere, and then you'll see we go around from the inside of the circle and just check and make sure everything is bonded really well, and heat where it has not been bonded.
Now we're going to stretch it out to help create some of the curl in the Peek-a-Boos.
This is personal preference. We don't stretch too much, but just enough to create that nice drape.
Now we're going to lace the sleeves. We're going to do it at about every 3 grommet spacings.
And we're using these little clips to hold the grommets in alignment. Turns out these grommets are delicate. Ask us how we know.
You're delicate.
Kinda.
And We sew it on through the grommet holes like we said, spacing every 3. And then we're going to try and straighten the ribbon out to get the twist out of the ribboning. Of course, you got to do both sides. Be patient.
And once you have it exactly where you want it to end, we'll show you how we finish it here. We've been coming from underneath the grommets, but we're actually going to go over the top so the ribbon ends inside the sleeve here on the last ones. And then we're going to get out our trusty heat and bond to secure the ends of those ribbons inside the sleeves. Now, if you like bows, you can totally tie these into bows. You can tie a knot, you can leave some streamers, it's totally up to you. We were just going for a more finished look on this shirt since there's already a lot going on.
You can tie it in a knot, you can tie it in a bow.
Don't get us a copyright strike.
Do your ribbons hang low? What? What?
So we did that on both sides, and then I wanted a little V in the neck, so I took 3 grommets in the middle and pinched them together and then created a little dart that I then hand sewed and then pressed briefly just to give it a nice little V to finish it off. And here's the final result. I love how this turned out.
I can't wait to try it myself.
And we'll give you a little close-up on the shoulders here. How cute is that? We hope you enjoyed this video and learned how to make your very own Peek-a-Boo Sublimation Shirt with a twist. If you found value in this and would like to support our channel and help us create more content, click that super thanks button below.
And if you like this video, then you should click that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, and if you have your own twist on a Peek-a-Boo shirt, then feel free to leave it in the comment lines. Of course, everything we use to make this is listed down below.
Also down below are our Instagram and TikTok handles. Connect with us there. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to check out our blog at justmydiy.com. Thanks for watching.